Alright guys, what's going on? We've got the 4th war of Season 21 here, and today 4Loki is going to be playing the Matrix. So these guys, we played them in the 10th war of Season 20, so last season, and I looked it up, and they did a really good job then as well. But this war they did absolutely amazing. So we'll go ahead and get to that in a little bit, but I'm just going to go ahead and scout their map and show you guys. You know, at this point, I mostly show the opponent's map just so that you guys can kind of get an idea if you're looking for defensive ideas. Ours changes all the time, so nothing's like set in stone. And Taters has done a video like pretty extensively explaining his idea for defensive placements. But there's tons of room to move things around, so I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys. Generally speaking, there's going to be a couple nodes that an alliance will try to pick up a kill on, especially in Tier 1 when the death rate is usually so low. Like every battle group is, you know, dying in the single digits for the most part, so... and ideally the alliance is dying in the single digits, so you have to kind of strategize where you want to pick up your kills at. So node 23 for Korg, that's a pretty standard placement, almost always there. Dr. Doom on Buffet is good placement because there's no room for error. So I noticed here that they had a Killmonger boss. I'm not quite sure. I think I've seen that one other time before, but it's not very common placement. It's interesting though. And then this powerful from afar and kinetic transference thing. This is good placement. This is a really tricky node. You can't quake him here because of kinetic transference, and that fight is just very easy for the power to get out of control. So go ahead and join here. I'm bringing Omega, Sabretooth for the synergy, and then actually Corvus. This is my first time bringing him to war in a long time. He is rank 3, he's just unawakened, and I'm going to be starting off on path 3 here. This is just going to be a magic. So the only thing to watch out for, because this node doesn't really have anything on it, the only thing I need to watch out for is making sure that Mystic Dispersion doesn't push her up over a bar of power, because if it does, I'm going to take limbo damage from that. So as long as my tentacle hits are causing the limbo, or pushing her above a bar, I don't really have anything to worry about. So you can see I'm just kind of standing there. And then I will go ahead and use a medium or a heavy attack to push her over a threshold of power. And then I won't take any damage. The only time I'm going to take damage from Limbo is when she throws a special attack and triggers Limbo based off of that. But you can see, I think that was like 13 or 14 hits. She went down really easily. So I'm going to move up here now to node 23. This is going to be a rank 3 6-star Korg. And I fight this node pretty much every time. I was fighting him almost every time before, and then Bryn was taking him when he rank 3'd his Omega Red, but now I am taking him again. So this fight, if it gets out of hand, it can be pretty lethal. But for the most part, if you kind of stick to the plan, you're not going to die. There I assumed a heavy, and that was a huge mistake. So now I'm kind of in a bad spot here. He has a lot of prowess and not a lot of death spores. So I did a good job of getting his prowess down, but then he went kind of passive. So now I'm just trying to shatter his shield here. I'm boosted kind of heavily for this fight, but not super heavily. It used to be that every time I took this fight, I was using an invulnerability boost just in case. I don't do that anymore. I don't feel like it's necessary. So here I'm going to go ahead and lock in my spores, and you're going to see he's going to get a little bit passive here. And basically I don't want to risk him throwing that special into my block. He was getting a lot of prowess, so I decided to throw my special 3. If his prowess gets really high, I'll use a special 2 to get it down because it has so many hits. But if I can, I like saving to the special 3 and healing up a little bit of chip damage. and it completely shatters his shield as well. So you can see here, you know, my health is a little bit lower than usual, but it's not a huge deal. I'm just going to try to keep his spores locked in at 10, and you can just see how passive he's getting in the corner. He doesn't usually get like that. It's pretty annoying. So here he's going to go ahead and throw a special, and I block again. I'm going to evade the last hit of it and finish with a special 2. So that fight did not go as smoothly as it usually does, but it did go pretty smoothly. And then I'm going to be moving over to path 7. Yeah, 7 in section 2. And my instructions for this fight were boost big and use a power start 1. This is Corvus with 0 charges, and this node has Spite and Powerful from Afar, so since Corvus has a buff on him automatically, this Mysterio is going to be gaining Power Flood from Spite, and he's also going to be gaining it anytime that I'm not right next to him. So here he went ahead and used the special 2 right away. I'm just trying to keep him from using the special 1. So I got slapped with the heavy there, but I'm going to go ahead and use my special 2. 0 charges on Corvus, and for a 0 charge Corvus, that was pretty good damage. So I was happy with that, and I'm going to go ahead and top up my Corvus again, because I'm going to take this Dark Hawk. This has Aspect of Evolution and Kinetic Transference, so basically blocked hits are going to give Dark Hawk power. So I'm just going to hit him a few times here. I don't really care about anything except for getting to my special 2, because I know that as soon as I do, it's going to be over. And yeah. So pretty nice. 13 hits for that fight. And that was actually supposed to be the end of my war. I was hoping to get a mini-boss, but they were all assigned to other people, so I didn't end up getting a mini-boss. However, and I mean, it really doesn't matter. This is just the last 20% on this Killmonger boss. We did have a death to it. I originally thought when I saw it that I was going to be taking it with Omega, but it got assigned to somebody else. So you can see he has like 92,000, 93,000 health left, which is actually more than I was thinking he did. So I'm going to go in here. Got a really good intercept off the bat, and now I'm just trying to get a heavy off. That's kind of my strategy with Killmonger usually. And then just block a bunch and build up all of my spores at the beginning of the fight. Drop a special 2, and that will actually finish the fight. So yeah, not too bad. I don't think that Omega Red would have a hard time with that boss in particular. That was the end of the war. We had a really rough war this time. Just overall as an alliance, a lot of kind of, well, I can't speak for other battle groups, but in our battle groups we just made a lot of mistakes, and we did end up actually losing this war. Matrix did a great job. They actually finished with like, I think as few, or maybe one more death than Kenobi finished with when we played them this season. So they have significantly reduced the number of deaths they had since the last time that we faced them. So great job to them. You know, if they play like that all season, I'm sure they'll make it into the top 3. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.